First study, why university students don't read. Introduction. Many university professors, especially those in the humanities and social sciences, hold firmly to the belief that reading compliance is integral to learning. I think it's also integral to learning in some of the other disciplines as well, but okay, some people believe that it is. That makes sense. Intuition leads them to conclude that students who complete reading assignments will be more engaged in classroom discussion. We have some research to back that up. That seems to make sense. That the discussions will be more stimulating, highly likely. And that the social dynamics of the classroom will be enhanced, I would expect. The research of Karp and Yoles appear to confirm that intuition. So we got a bunch of research. It all says, you know what? They do the readings. It helps in the class. It helps with discussion. Okay. It makes sense that professors who value the ideas and critical thoughts that surface during class discussions would want to do whatever possible to encourage students to read. But that is not always the case. Some professors maintain that responsibility for reading compliance rests firmly on the shoulders of the students. Well, you can't understand why some of them would feel that way because, responsibility and becoming an adult and all the rest of it. Others worry that compliance efforts will come back to haunt them on student evaluations, most definitely. Yeah, well, that's a concern. For professors who do choose to shoulder some degree of responsibility for motivating students to read, that motivation takes on a particular look in the classroom. Students are seated in small groups. Okay. Clutched firmly in their hands are lists of questions that lie at the heart. What? Okay, so this is for this class anyway. I mean, it's not always this way, but all right. List of questions of assigned readings. Boyer refers to this classroom scene as a common ground of intellectual commitment. You're reading in the class. Got it. As students discuss, professors circulate, eavesdropping on students actively engaged in a dissection of a reading, content in the knowledge that students read the assignment, understood it. Well, see, here's the thing. I've been in small groups before, and we talked differently when the faculty member was there than when they weren't there. So I'm not sure that they always know exactly what's going on. But are these professors deluded? Yeah. Are they? But are they deluding themselves? I'm going to go with maybe. Are the provocative voices that surface within the groups the voices of the lonely few who've completed the assignment? Lonely, lonely. Findings from reading compliance studies conducted by professors in the discipline of psychology give us to reason to believe the answer is yes. I'm not sure that you're just going to find that in psychology. I think you'll find that everywhere. But all right, the answer is yes. Research says, found that fewer than 25% of the 100 and 200 level psychology students completed assigned readings. Fewer than 25%. So 75% didn't. 25% did. Of the introductory levels, first year, second year psychology students. That feels about right. It's bad. Klump, Bauer, Bradley found that the reading compliance rate was slightly higher when considering psychology classes overall. They found that students read on average, well, it's not much more, gracious, 27.46. 0.46, that's funny. Of the students assigned readings before class. Oh, it's low. Connor Green found that 72% of our students reported they rarely or never read assignments on schedule. Basically, 3/4 of the class. So I'm not sure we needed research to show us this. Most of us would know if you've taught a class at all. But there you go. 75% aren't basically doing readings. Good question. Why do so few university students read assignments? What does Ryan say? He argues that poor reading comprehension is the cause. Really? Really? It might be a factor. That's the cause? Not other stuff like busy lives? Social life? Well, something to think about. There could be a factor, I guess. After repeated disappointments when attempting to comprehend, students simply give up. Well, I mean, for some of them, I'm not sure. Linderholm and Wilde asserted that students willingly acknowledge a need for deeper processing when reading to learn, but that their efforts to apply processing strategies may not yield better comprehension of the text materials. Say what? Their efforts to apply process. Okay, so they're using some strategies. I don't know what strategies those are, but okay, whatever they are. May not yield better comprehension of the text. Culver, what does Culver say? He identifies 15 steps for students to follow. 15 steps. What steps are those? All right. 15 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 steps. To follow, to increase comprehension of assigned materials. Do students fail to comprehend assigned readings because they are simply too many time-consuming steps to follow? I can't answer that question. I don't have enough information at this point. We don't know what the steps are. I'm not sure. Cultural anthropologist Rebecca links low levels of reading comprehension to a student's desire for more personal... there you go. Personal time. Hello. A National Endowment of the Arts report reinforces Nathan's hypothesis. Students spend significantly more time on media and media devices than on reading. Hello, YouTube. Highly likely. That idea for me, that's much more... that's a bigger one than this one. I'm not saying that the students don't have issues with reading comprehension. I think there is a portion of them that would, but I think there's an awful lot going on this option here. So Paulson offers yet another perspective, we needed one of those, on why the basic comprehension level of students is so low. He suggests that a getting students through approach in college developmental reading courses and a focus on study assistance may inadvertently signal to students that reading has no intrinsic value. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with him. Few studies have been conducted on the subject of reading compliance among university students. Really? Is that true? I don't know if that's true. Maybe. Oh, no, I don't know about that. Most articles published on the subject reference the same small pool of research conducted almost entirely with the discipline of psychology. Well, now, the more information is needed. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. To establish that the findings cited in these studies are not aberrant cases of extreme noncompliance or noncompliance unique to first and second year psychology students, 2 studies were conducted. Okay, so there's the reason you're saying all this. Is for your study. You're kind of saying, hey, we needed to do this study because, hey, nobody knows. Well, I'm not sure about that, but all right. I'll give you a pass. I know what you're doing. In this first study, the rate of reading compliance and the comprehension level of first semester university students enrolled in a liberal arts and sciences learning seminar. Liberal arts and science. Is it 2 separate things or just... So is there a liberal arts one and a science one, or is it all combined together? Don't know. Anyway, maybe we got arts, maybe we got science, maybe we got both of them, but they're enrolled. Anyway, we know that. They're in a learning seminar, we know that. They were assessed. Advice was solicited for non-compliant readers on what professors could do to get them to read. Oh, want to pay attention to that. What did the students say? The non-compliant readers, what did they say? When conducting the first study, there were 4 objectives. Number 1, determine the rate of reading compliance in 2 sections. A first-year seminar, 1 section with 100 students and another with 24 students. So we got a big class and a smaller class. Number 2, ascertain whether students who claim to have read the assignment were able to demonstrate a basic level of comprehension of the material. In other words, did they lie? We're trying to find the lying level. Number 3, compile a list of the major reasons why students said they did and did not read assignments, okay? And solicit advice, which we're interested in, from non-compliant readers concerning what professors could do to motivate them to read. I suggest candy. Not really. One hypothesis was tested in the first study. Oh, what is it? Because of the camaraderie that existed between the 3 instructors and the 24 students enrolled in the small section of first-year seminar, And because those students appeared to be trying hard to please the instructors, the author hypothesized that student enrollment in the small section would have a higher rate of reading compliance than students enrolled in the large section. Well, that would make sense. It's a good hypothesis. So basically, we're in psychology. We've got this course. It's first year and second year psychology students. We've got a big class, a small class, and we're saying, you know, if we got a small class, maybe they're going to do the readings more because there's more of a connection with the actual faculty member. There you go.